Now, if you think you're going to just freely keep bringing up my name, you got another motherfucking thing coming. Somebody please tag his bitch ass. Because I don't play these fucking games. Like, get his punk ass in here and we can go at it right fucking now. Like, I tried to help you. I tried to help you. And it's the thanks I get. Like, you played yourself. That was your fucking emotional response to a question.
Anti-Afro Bengalis. Tag that bitch ass. Oh my goodness. Jamar. Lord Jamar's beyond livid, people. Extremely upset. He's been taking pot shots from Umar Johnson since this interview, the initial interview that we all know about. If you don't know about the original interview, I put a link at the bottom in addition to the most recent interview that, interview that Jamar had posted with, I guess, a fellow YouTuber or content creator, wherein he spoke about what Umar Johnson has been saying about him. And I want to illustrate a point. While Jamar has every right to be miffed, pissed off, incredibly angry actually is very obvious. What exactly is the driving force behind the anger? He doesn't want Umar to continue making comments about him that he deems disparaging. I ask all of you out there, is that an expectation that you believe to be reasonable? That Jamar, LJ, I'll say LJ, is within reasonable grounds to be outraged that Umar is making these statements about him? Is he within reasonable grounds to convene as he did? I think it was almost an hour and a half show where he took calls and he pointed out the concerns he has about the abandoned bomb shelter, and he talked about the Back to Africa movement, how he thinks it's basically not legit. He made it very clear that this has gone on for far too long. So Umar Johnson calling him names, a fool. Geez, let me think. I know we think about these situations, about how they could relate to our own circumstances. We cannot tell someone else how to feel about a name that someone is calling them. But I certainly agree, if someone believes their intentions were good and they cause no harm to someone, the level of anger would be intensified if someone continued to get on the world stage and label a person in disparaging terms. So this is what we have here. Does anybody, repeat, have an issue with LJ, Lord Jamar, taking Umar Johnson to task, coming on with the show to address Lord Jamar's concerns or LJ's concerns? I don't believe a great many people have an issue with it, because you see all these videos posted all around. And the sentiments we are hearing, they're pointing to Umar Johnson. And where the hell is this HVAC? That was another issue that Jamar brought up.
I didn't try to ambush you or no shit on my fucking show. I asked you a question that any, I'm going to say journalist or anybody with an inquiring mind, because I'm not going to act like I went to some journalist type of school type of shit. But I'm smart enough to ask, bruh, I heard you got $750,000 over 6 years. Where'd it go? What are you doing? When will the school be open? Stop telling me about the fucking HVAC. We've heard this HVAC story for the longest fucking time. Get the fuck out of here with this HVAC bullshit. Okay?
Let me let you in on a little secret. A couple people know this. Do you know that he flagged my video the last time I did a video on Lord Jamar and Umar Johnson? When I say he, Lord Jamar, he put a copyright strike on my video. And I was going, what in the hell? I'm like, where are we going with this? So I said, you know what? I think we're going to have a revisit of sorts. And look where we are, people. This has come full circle. He is livid. Because I felt, this is how I felt about that copyright strike. I felt it was playing both ends against the middle. Lord Jamar was. That he did ask some questions, but I don't think he was nearly as direct, nor did I think he pursued Umar to the extent he should have. So I thought that copyright strike reflected that. Just how serious are you when it comes to Umar and getting to the bottom of this? That was the burning question. To copyright strike my video? Now listen, I don't know who else's videos he copyright struck. No one that I know in this YouTube side of town or these particular YouTube streets. No one reported that those from the underbelly sector had any videos tagged by LJ. And of course, mine was tagged. I'm like, where? For a copyright strike. And it was even doubly ironic because Lord Jamar was part of a group that was ripped off and taken advantage of by Vlad TV, who's a billionaire, not billionaire, excuse me, who's a millionaire, and convinced them to sign their rights over. A lot of the black people on YouTube. And some of the people on YouTube have been recording stars, have been rappers in the music industry. Jamar was one of them. So I'm going, what in the hell? You're letting this white dude just walk all over you. Where is the copyright striking there? But I guess he didn't have a case because he signed documents. I mean, the fact that they would sign the documents. But here we are full circle. Umar again, dogging out LJ. But this is what Umar Johnson did leading up to this insult that just has taken LJ off the rails, people. Umar was taking those pot shots. He was testing the waters to see if he would get a reaction out of LJ. So he kept going a little bit further, a little bit further, a little bit further, a little bit further. And he saw that LJ was not responding. So when he had the opportunity to drive the point home, Umar's like, what the heck? Let me just go right out and call him a fool. And that's when Lord Jamar said, hell no. So the accumulation of all the pot shots came together for Lord Jamar to say, enough is enough. I'm coming out with this. And you can tell how incredibly angry he is when he's talking about this. I have an investment in this as well, because we do know people have been going around saying all kinds of crap about those who have never done anything to anybody. Simply making sure the word gets out about threats and making sure people do not get harassed. Controls need to be put in place. I have the same approach. If I think someone's behavior is egregious, I'm going to do something about it. But what exactly does Lord Jamar plan if Umar does come back to that stage? I vote he won't do it. What will be the defense if he comes back to Lord Jamar's interview platform. What are they going to talk about? What in the heck are they going to resolve? I maintain not a damn thing. Because Umar is a coward and he has a bunch of cowards following after him. But the interview that he had with the woman on the screen, it was very interesting. She made it very clear about what the expectations were.
Did you have the privilege of seeing the interview that I originally did with Umar?
I want to say I did see clips of it. And from what I saw, it didn't seem like you ambushed him. You just asked the questions that we all wanted the answers to. I don't feel like you did. I think he is being very emotional, and I don't know why he's re-bringing up your name. Like, he can leave that alone. It's been years. I remember watching Hidden Colors in 2014, and he was pushing the school. I remember him saying that he lost $1 million because of somebody, but I mean, I know, one of my organizations that I dealt with, would deal with Dr. Umar, and we were trying to help him find a place in Mississippi. And one thing I know is that man has surpassed any amount of money that he has been trying to get to build that school. Where all that money is going, we don't know. A lot of us would love for this school to actually happen, but it's just not looking like it. And I think it's time for us to start looking and taking a harder look at Dr. Umar and saying, look, sir, you have to be accountable because you making us look bad. You look great when you're talking to white media, but when it comes to accountability to what the things that you say that you're doing with the money that we've been giving you, it's always an excuse, and we tired of excuses.
But here is the bottom line on that. Who is going to make that move? Because we're already doing stuff in Delaware, anti-fraud warrior. If Umar goes to Lord Jamar's channel, then what? Who's willing to do more than that? Because if you're unwilling to do more than that, this is going to go nowhere. Umar is not self-accountable. He will not be held to any self-accountability. Neither will any of his flunkies. There is no other way to deal with this issue other than to get the authorities involved. If you don't want the authorities involved, Umar will continue doing what he is doing. I am saying that from personal experience and a personal perspective, that the law needs to be involved, and the law is involved in Delaware. It's just taking time. If you just want to sit and listen to the interview, wherein Umar will probably backpedal into oblivion or he won't respond, that I'm not waiting around for. I want to see what else can be done in the interim. But you have the interview to look at. It is pretty bizarre. I don't know exactly what Umar said other than calling Jamar a fool. That's good enough for most men. We shall see. I absolutely want to make sure it's very clear that I also have no intentions of stopping with the dispensing of information that has been verified as factual. In the meantime, be safe and sound and heed the warning. Fire, beware.